Hey, this is Chris Johnson, Mr. CPA Diversity here, live CPA Diversity live stream Saturday. Um, Wanted to talk about a few things coming up for CPA Diversity, and for anyone who's in attendance and wants to ask any questions about the CPA exam, accounting profession, your study process for becoming a CPA. I'm here. I'm here to interact with the community live and potentially help you all in your journey to identifying a career that can be rewarding for you, something that is definitely a challenge for many to become CPAs and pass the CPA exam and receive the benefits that come from pursuing a career in accounting and becoming at the echelon of accounting by being a CPA. I have a specific goal today to talk about the CAQ, the Bold Ambition and Accounting Plus initiatives for the CAQ, and how they have a strategic partnership with the National Association of Black Accountants to help bridge the diversity gap in accounting. Why do I want to talk about this today? Because I have an interview coming up in 2 weeks with the CAQ and the CEO of the National Association of Black Accountants to talk about this strategic partnership and what it's going to mean for any students. And this partnership with NABA is strategically for what they mentioned is HBCU students, which is historically Black colleges and universities. It's for the initiative is essentially a commitment from the CAQ to NABA to help NABA do more to bridge the diversity gap in accounting. So I wanted to bring that up and just talk through that because this could be an opportunity for any of you out in the world who identify as Black or brown or diverse and looking to identify career opportunities that can be long lasting and rewarding, specifically within this niche of accounting, this profession of accounting, and also with being a CPA, which is a certified public accountant, means you're certified as an accountant, right? Like you tested that you know your stuff. The statistic is that there is roughly 1% of African Americans, and it's not too much different from professionals that identify as Hispanics with the Hispanic cultural background. You know, the numbers are low in terms of how many Black and brown professionals are going out and pursuing an accounting career and going out and passing the CPA exam and becoming CPA. So the accounting profession is looking to do everything they can to make sure that they bridge the gap, that they bring more diversity into the accounting profession, that they create opportunities for young students who are looking to build lifelong, lasting, rewarding careers. And accounting can do that for you, any of you who are out there studying. So I wanted to bring that up. So here's some statistics. The CAQ has done some research on diversity in the accounting profession, and what they've identified is that there is an interest for African Americans and Black students and Hispanic students and all diverse cultural backgrounds, students who identify in these diverse cultural backgrounds. They have an interest in accounting, but when they go to college and they decide to choose a major, oftentimes they don't choose accounting as their major. So that's what they've identified in some of the research that they've recently done in terms of diversity in accounting. And as a result of that, what they want to do is bring more awareness, right? More awareness about the opportunities in accounting, education about what accounting is, what you can do with a career in accounting. And I'm passionate about it. This is why we have CPA Diversity. Why? Because what I have found in my own career as an accountant, as a CPA, is that there are numerous opportunities out there that can be life-changing for students and for young professionals who are for young people who are going to be future professionals who are looking for a career that can give them opportunities, right? Opportunities to earn money, opportunities to travel, opportunities to work with good people, opportunities to work inside and along people in these, very reputable businesses that are doing great things in the world. So this bold ambition and Accounting Plus initiative of the CAQ is there to take some money, take some commitments. These commitments are coming from some of the biggest accounting firms in the world, right? So the statistic is that, not the statistic, but the commitment is that there's $470 million that has been public commitments to this effort, right? So that's not a small amount of money that these firms are putting behind this initiative to bridge the diversity gap, right? And when I say these firms, it's being driven by the CAQ and their governing board, right? So let me mention some of the players in the governing board. You got the Big Four. For those of you who are not familiar with what Big Four is, these are the biggest accounting firms in the world, right? So that'd be EY, Deloitte, PwC, and KPMG. But then you got other reputable firms that are also participating in this commitment to bridge the diversity gap, which is Grant Thornton, BDO, Crowe, and RSM, which are also very reputable firms in the world, right, globally. And then you've also on the CAQ's board got this representation from the AICPA, the CAQ, of course, Bloomberg, and BlackRock, which is a business TV network, right? And then BlackRock, I think, is like a venture capitalist firm. So all these players, right? You got NABA, you got the CAQ, you got the governing board that are representing all these big, huge firms. They've all worked together and they said, we've got to do something about getting more Black and brown students, getting more Black and brown professionals to pursue accounting and to go out and become CPAs, because we need more diversity in this profession. Why? Because diversity helps with solving problems. Diversity helps with building better organizations. And this is why we do this. This is why I'm here, because you can choose this career, and it could change your life through all the opportunities you have, through income, through experience, and like I mentioned, through just working with great companies and people. So I want to just make sure I bring, the awareness through this live, through all the coverage that I've been giving on this topic, because when we have the discussion, I want to make sure that you all understand that this is something that's out there for you and that you can benefit from if you understand how to strategically place yourself in front of these opportunities, right? So the expected date that we will be going live, it will be on LinkedIn. And right now we have a date of October 25th. And shortly after that, we'll be posting to CPA Diversity as well, so all of the community can see that discussion if you don't catch it on the LinkedIn Live. And there's also some other things that the CAQ is doing with their bold ambition. I was reading an article yesterday, and they also have this partnership with EverFi, which is supposed to be focused toward high school students, right? So you've got this focus for the HBCU students, but then you've also got this focus for high school students as well. And it's all about creating awareness, trying to change the misconceptions about what it means to be an accountant, what it means to work in accounting. I think some of the things that we consider to be the common ideas that we have about accountants is that we do taxes only, or we only do math, and it's boring and it's not interesting, which is just not the case. And in a lot of ways, pursuing a career in accounting helps you with understanding how to run business, how businesses work, how they operate, how to interact with people, how to evaluate reports and data, and take all that information and make valuable decisions, right? That's what CPAs do. That's what accountants help businesses do. That's what accountants help individuals do. So that is what these efforts are about, is trying to change the mindset about what it is you can do as an accountant in your career in business, right? Instead of choosing to just go in and be a manager in a business, right? You can be the accountant, and the accountant also works alongside with the senior management to help understand how the business is performing, how to drive business forward, right? And how to understand how the business operates. So that discussion is coming up in 2 weeks, and I've done a video. I've done like 2 videos about it already. One about the bold ambition, one about Accounting Plus. So I encourage you to go watch those videos, but also tune in to LinkedIn. There should be some promotion coming from the CAQ and also from CPA Diversity on the LinkedIn Live that we expect to be held on the 25th of October. And then also continue to hit subscribe on CPA Diversity to know when we release the video on our channel, right? And I just want to get into a couple things that I've been looking into in terms of diversity in this initiative that we have here. So I was reading on NABA, right? So NABA is the National Association of Black Accountants, and what they identify as what we call an affinity. Particularly are interested in helping the development to help networking, right? And it's something that I've been a part of since I was in college, because they had a presence in my college campus, and they have a presence in many of college campuses around the nation, at least, right? So that's what NABA is. It's the National Association of Black Accountants, and you can find their website at nabainc.org. But I was reading an article about what they're doing in terms of their diversity push. And one thing that I find to be very interesting that I think could be very beneficial to any of you who are looking for opportunities to come from this initiative for the strategic partnership with NABA and the CAQ is that NABA is also partnered with a firm called Clifton Larson Allen, which they joined forces with NABA to do a few things. CLA is one of the top largest US firms in the world, or in the nation, and they've announced a multi-year commitment to work with NABA to grow the ranks of underrepresented professionals across its service lines, right? So what is that gonna mean? So NABA is expected to share space with Clifton Larson Allen's firm staff, and it says in Greenbelt, Maryland, to have access to their 120 office locations nationwide. And they're partnering to create work study programs in the hopes that that Clifton Larson Allen can tap into NABA's network to increase job recruitment pipeline and other projects that they have within the firm. So that right there sounds like an opportunity for anyone who is looking to potentially have an entryway, right, into working with a CPA firm, a big CPA firm. If you identify as someone who's of a diverse ethnic background and you're pursuing accounting, it might be worth it for you to look into working with Clifton Larson Allen, because they're working with NABA to try to identify opportunities to increase the diversity pipeline, right? So, and they're not the only ones. I saw another article that says PwC aims for a third of its new hires to be Black or Latino, right? Or Latin from a Hispanic background. So PwC, of course, one of the big four, I mean, super influential, have a lot of presence globally. If you think about what they're doing, trying to create more opportunities to have a third of their new hires be from a diverse ethnic background, that means, if I was a student right now, I'd be trying to figure out what that means for me to be able to have an opportunity to work with one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. So definitely, do your research. I'll do some more videos on NABA and their website and what they're doing to work with these other organizations, and what some of the big four is doing to also increase the diversity gap. But this is an important thing, because I think what happens is that when you go to school and you're trying to identify what you want to do with yourself, you have your own personal reasons for why you choose a major, right? You could be business management, you could be economics, you can be hospitality, and then you have, accounting. And you might think to yourself, well, which one is going to give me the best opportunity in life, right? To do what I want to do in terms of my own personal goals. And I think that it's misunderstood that there are so many things you can do if you choose to pursue accounting, right? Because like it's always been said, accounting is a language of business. And when you learn about how a business works and how the accounting of a business works, you will find that you have to interact with so many other facets of the business, the management aspect, the marketing aspect, the sales aspect, the technology aspect of it. And why? Because all of those are going to be driven by how the business is, running its financial operations, which is what accountants do. They help evaluate the financials, put together the financials, help people understand what that means in terms of financial operations and how to make sure a company remains solvent. And you'd be surprised how being an accountant doesn't just mean you have to deal with the number side of things, right? You can be a technology expert or specialist like myself. You can also just specialize in things like, tax planning. And like I had mentioned last week, they're making some changes to the CPA exam because what they're finding is that CPAs need to have some more specialization in certain areas in terms of how they support businesses and provide as a CPA. So one of those things is tax planning. One of those things is business analysis and reporting. And another one of those is information systems and control. So it's a video called CPA Evolution. I encourage you to go and take a look at that and learn more about what's happening in terms of changes to the CPA exam. But there's just a lot of things that can happen if you decide to pursue accounting, if you decide to make that effort to do the hard thing and study for the CPA exam and pass it, right? And then get the benefit of saying, I passed the CPA exam, I am now a CPA, and I can advise businesses, I can advise individuals on how to best manage their money, best manage their finances, best manage their business, and be a valuable professional, right? And provide service to others. So that interview is coming up, and I guess my goal is to try to give you all some real understanding of what it means for them to be focused on diversity in accounting. Like, what is the goal? What are the things that people can take advantage of so that way that they can be placed in front of these opportunities, and that we can drive some real change in making sure that people pursue accounting, stay in accounting, and stay retained in this profession, and as opposed to looking at it and saying it's too hard, I don't want to try, or I tried it and I didn't like it and I decided to do something else. Because I think what I've found, and what I think a lot of other professionals that I've talked to have found, is that this career can be very rewarding. It can be very serving to you. And at the end of the day, we all have to choose how we're going to identify a way to make something of ourselves in this life. And accounting and being a CPA is not a terrible option, although we work hard. And that's one common theme that I've seen and heard among all people who have pursued accounting, is that we do have days where we work hard, we have long hours, but we're rewarded for it. We're rewarded for it through our pay, right? And I'm just going to be honest with you, the pay is great. So that's one of the things that I want to make sure I communicate to anyone who's thinking about pursuing accounting, thinking about taking the CPA exam, which I know can sound daunting because there's so much you have to study and learn, and people have said that it can be, hard tests. But there, you can, once you get past that, there is good pay, right? So that's one benefit of the career, that there's great pay. There's also the benefit of being able to experience travel in the world, which is something else that I've got the opportunity to do. And those were things that were not open to me as a student or as a youth, right? I had no idea that one day I'd be traveling to states all over the country, right? California, Cincinnati, New York, Seattle. I had the opportunity to go to Spain, which was, somewhat of a life-changing experience for me because I had never been out of the country. So, when I take a look back at the things that I've done personally in my own career, and when I take a look back and I think about how I see so many young people who look like me, who identify with my background, who don't have the leadership or guidance all the time to know about these opportunities. That's why I do this. I want to be someone who shares with you that, if you choose this career can open many doors for you. this career can give you a sense of purpose. It can give you some value. It can help you give other people purpose and value. So that's why I want to make sure that we continue to, motivate you, to tell you, if you are thinking about choosing accounting as a career, if you're thinking about going to pursue your CPA license, you are on the right path, because the industry, the profession, wants you to take that choice and go into the profession and choose to be a CPA. And there are organizations around the nation now, the biggest organizations in the accounting profession, all have their eyes on this specifically, because this statistic of there being a very small amount of diverse professionals in the accounting profession has not changed in decades. And it's about time that we really make some real change. So, and they're putting money behind it, which is saying, hey, we're going to put our money where our mouth is on this. We're going to try to create opportunities. We're going to try to, one of the things that NABA is expecting to do is pair students with mentors and tutors to help provide resources for overcoming the challenges and the barriers that there are to studying, pursuing a career in accounting, and passing the CPA exam. So that's one of the things that I know we'll be talking about in some detail when we have this discussion with them on the 25th. And I just want to encourage you all to subscribe. I want to encourage you to look forward to that discussion. Send me some questions in the comments to let me know if there's anything specifically that you want to know about after you've done some research, after you've looked online and said, hey, I'm going to go to CAQ, which is the Center for Audit Quality, and NABA, and learn about what this diversity initiative they have. Remember, it's called Bold Ambition. It's called Accounting Plus. There's a video or two on CPA Diversity that goes into it in some detail. And we are going to have a discussion with the CAQ and with the CEO of NABA about what they're doing under this initiative to help you pass the CPA exam, identify job opportunities that as an accountant and as a CPA, and help to sustain a retained interest in pursuing a career in accounting. So that's what this is about. And I just want to say, thank you all for continuing to watch the videos, to comment, to put the hard work in, and studying and learning more about what it means to be an accountant, more about what it means to be a CPA, and doing what you have to do to be able to create a really valuable career for yourself that's going to be able to help you do what you need to do for your family, for yourself, for your future family, for your friends, for the community, and for all the things that you expect to do with yourself in this life and in your career path. So I think that's what I'm going to leave it at today. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to watch the videos. I'll put some links in the description about the CAQ and their diversity initiative to bridge the gap in diversity. And remember to look forward to the discussion between the CAQ and NABA and CPA Diversity, which is expected to happen on October 25th. We're going to be going live on LinkedIn, and I will post the video on CPA Diversity sometime after that. Make sure to look forward to these Saturday live streams. Doesn't look like I got anybody to join today or give me any comments or questions, but that's all right. If you ever do have comments or questions or want to know more, I'm doing these live streams on Saturday to get more interactive with the community, to answer some questions directly, to get some kind of more off the cuff, interactive, straightforward answers to any questions you might have about what it means to be an accountant, what it means to be a CPA, what it means to, pass the CPA exam, study for the CPA exam, and anything you might have on your mind. So with that being said, I will see you next Saturday on the next live. Continue to watch the videos on CPA Diversity. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and thank you for being a part of the community. I'll see you.